Welcome back to another episode of TPC. Let's do the NFL Week 11 predictions. So, let's start with the morning game of today. Sunday morning. Miami versus Washington. Pretty much, I'm just going to say Miami's going to get the win. I think Miami's about to go on a hot streak, if anything. Their next upcoming games are very easy. Washington has no Terry McLaurin, no J.D. McDaniels. It's just, they're going to drop 3-8. It's just a terrible year for the Commanders. Just injuries killed them pretty much, and I don't know. Overall, just terrible. But the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, he's trying to get his job back. He's trying to save it for another year, and I think he's going to do that. I think him and Tua are going to finish it off. After getting the win over the Bills in a blow-up fashion at home, 30-13, they looked good. A-Chain went off. I think this team needs to run the ball more of A-Chain. Let A-Chain be the main factor, and don't let Tua turn over the ball, if anything. Let Tua just be hopefully a game manager, not forcing big plays, and just give the ball to Jaden Waddle, if anything. So that's my opinion about it. If they can build some momentum, Mike McDaniel might keep his job. So give me the Dolphins in this game. Falcons versus Carolina. Falcons lost to Carolina earlier this year, but the thing is, the Falcons defense is very good. Falcons are fair at 3.5. It's at the Falcons also. Gonna be a very competitive game. We just don't know what Bryce Young we're seeing. Are we gonna see the Bryce Young that balls out, comes out of nowhere, looking good, or are we gonna see the Bryce Young that looks like last week and doesn't know how to play football against the Saints? That's my thing. The defense for Carolina is solid. I really like the defense for them. J.C. Horn's been really good, and Trevion's been really good in the back end. This defense is really decent, and Derek Brown also. It's just the biggest thing is, can Bryce Young, and Rico Dowdle been really good also. T-Mac has been good too. So everything's been good. It just depends on Bryce Young. Can Bryce Young be decent? Can Bryce Young put the ball where what he needs to do for his team? That's my big factor with that. Falcons. I look at the Falcons. Penix has been solid. Not even solid. You look at the games. Lost the Colts last week in overtime. You had a chance to win that game. Your defense did really good against Daniel Jones. Lost that. Lost the Patriots by 1 point. Got blown up by the Dolphins. And then you lost to the Niners on Sunday night. You went from beating the Bills on Monday Night Football, looking red hot, now just fell off. 4 straight L's. You need some momentum. You need to get back in that playoff push. You're 3-6 right now. You got to have something. You need this win over Carolina, and I think they're going to bounce back, and I think the defense is going to lock down and limit the big plays and hopefully they can lock down Rico and those guys. If they can do that, I think they have a chance to win this game. And get the ball going for Bijan also. You got to get that ball going. That's my big factor with that. Can they get the ball going with Bijan? If they can, I think they have a chance to win this game. And so, yeah. And Drake London's been phenomenal for this team. So, hopefully they figure it out. And because the Falcons' defense is really good. Jesse Bates in the back end, and Terrell, and that front four with just James Peace. And you still have Jalen Walker. So, the defense is there. They just got to figure something out. The offense just depends on Penix's ability to make the big plays happen. Tennessee versus Houston. Last week, Davis Mills came out of nowhere, won the game. They were down 29-10, and they ended up winning the game 36-29. Unbelievable comeback right there, and maybe Davis Mills has another great game because he is playing this game. There's no C.J. Stroud, so maybe. But Tennessee, we know who they are. They're just dysfunctional team. The owner sucks. There's no coach anymore. They're just, trying to probably get the first overall pick, if anything, and they're going to draft Bain for Miami. So, if anything, I think the Texans are going to try to find a way to make the playoff push, and I think they get this win over the Tennessee Titans. I think Cam Ward's going to have a good, decent game, but I think that defense is really good, though, because last time they played each other, it was 26-0 at Texans. So, maybe Woody Marks has another great game. I don't know if Nico Collins is playing this game. I think he is. If Nico Collins seems ball out, it's just... That's a big factor. If this offense looks good and there's no C.J. Stroud right now, and they get back and they come back a little bit, and C.J. Stroud, does not look good, maybe do you keep Davis Mills in? Maybe you come to that situation. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I know C.J. Stroud. This is third year, and it's just not looking. It's just a roller coaster right now with him and missing big plays. But Davis Mills, he looked really good. For the comeback. The Jags just flat out just fell apart. So that's a big factor with that. But if I say that, give me the Houston Texans, and I think they're going to sweep the Tennessee Titans this year. New York versus Green Bay. I just got to say, Giants fired Brian Daboll. I didn't hit that on my TikTok a couple days ago. And I think they're just getting ready for next year. I think this is just, there's no Scatterbo, there's no Malik Neighbors. just get ready for next year, and you're going to be healthy with the new coach, maybe John Gruden, maybe the DC from Green Bay, maybe Kingsbury from Washington, maybe a new identity, or maybe Mike McCarthy. That's the worst option in my opinion. Something to help this team going. Green Bay, you need a win. After the last night, the Monday night, you had an abomination game, looked terrible. You need a momentum game. You need to be 6-3-1. If you dropped it to the Giants, wow, you fell apart. The defense did their job against the Philadelphia Eagles, limiting them 10 points. Jordan Love needs a ball out. Jordan Love needs to have a great game if they want to build momentum, especially on the road, because he is terrible on the road. I know the Cardinals game he did decent, but overall on the road, he does not show up. I don't know why. Don't even say the Cowboys game, because the Cowboys game, the defense sucks. We know that. He just needs a big game, because that Philadelphia game, when he plays a team that is very good defense, he doesn't show up and he misses plays. Matt LaFleur needs to be better in this game. I butchered his name. Sorry for my grammar right now. But Matt just needs to be better. He needs to be a better coach. He needs to call better plays. Go for it when you need to. Go for it now. Call better run plays. Give the ball to Josh Jacobs. And you're going to play a good front four with Brian Burns, Kavion, and Dexter Lawrence. So you got to have a good game with that. So, yeah, that's my big thing. But I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. I don't think Green Bay should lose this game. They're favorite 7.5. So they shouldn't go back-to-back games, especially New York on the road. I think they'll bounce back with that. So, yeah. Jacksonville versus Los Angeles. I mean, this game right here, Jags need this. The Jags need this big win right here. The Chargers are 7-3 right now. Jags are 5-4 right now, trying to build some momentum. They needed some momentum in this game, and they got to bounce back. Like Trevor Lawrence, find a way. Brian Thompson, I don't know if he's playing this game. He didn't play last week. Etienne is this team. He's pretty much became the workload again. There is no more Travis Hunter for the rest of the year. He's out for the year. He had a surgery, so no more Travis Hunter with that. So, yeah. And the Chargers, great game last week against the Steelers. You balled out. You won 25-10, and the defense showed up. Khalil Mack did his job, and Justin Herbert went off. Lamar Conklin went off. Vidal went off. This Chargers team, they're going to be a wildcard team. They just got to stay competing with the Chiefs. Not the Chiefs, the Broncos. And the Broncos do play the Chiefs this week. And we'll see how that game goes. I'll talk about that later. That's the big factor. You got to stay close. If the Chiefs lose, if the Broncos lose, you're first place in the division because you've swept the division already, 3-0. That's a big factor right there. You are being 3-0 in the division. You just got to win one more, and you pretty much solidify yourself for the division if you keep it going, though. That's a big factor with that. Jags, they're still trying to compete for the playoff spot, and they still got the Colts later this year twice, home and away. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, they still got the Texans also at that end of the year, and Tennessee. So they got a lot of time to build a chance for to win the division, or maybe a playoff push for the wild card. But they can't have collapses. They can't. Trevor Lawrence and Leon Combs have to find a connection right there. They got to find some in the middle line to the point they're just running the ball because he trusts the run game, if anything, over Trevor Lawrence's pass game. And losing last week 29-10 to the Texans was phenomenally terrible. You cannot have that. That was just static. So you got to find a way to win that game against the Chargers. If you don't, 5-5, I don't know. It's not looking good right now. It is not. So yeah, the Chargers will be 8-3. No. But if I say, give me the Jags, I think Trevor Lawrence and those guys will bounce back. I think they'll bounce back. They're pretty pissed off after losing the Texans last week. I think they'll bounce back. So give me the Jags. Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. These two did meet earlier this year, on Thursday night when Joe Flacco went off. Aaron Rodgers had a great game, the Unk battle. So we have another Unk battle right now at Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh's fair at 5.5. I don't think we're going to see another Unk battle. I think it's more of a defensive game. I think this game is going to be a very defensive game because I think the Steelers' defense is bouncing back a little bit and becoming more lockdown defense with T.J. Watt and Jalen Ramsey in the back end and Cameron Hayward. I think the defense is becoming more locked. But the offense, though, it's kind of switched. The offense now sucks. Like last week, the offense did nothing. A-Rod sucked. I know he overthrew a couple balls to DK, and DK just looking terrible. They should have got another weapon. They needed another weapon in their offense, and they just sucks not having that because defense could just have double team DK and just hope the other receivers do nothing. That's the big factor with that. And I think Aaron Rodgers is really taking that hurts them. In the run game, Warren's good. Warren is solid. And I like Warren. Warren's a good running back. He had 94 yards, average 5 yards per carry. I don't know why they didn't run it more. He also had a hurdle in that game against the Chargers. Run the ball more. Run the ball. If you're good at the running the ball, run the ball. Let Aaron Rodgers not make the big play. We know he can be good if you need him to be, but run the ball first. Establish the run game for a chance to win this game. The Bengals, Joe Burrow's coming soon. Your offense is high scoring. Your defense sucks though, and I'm not gonna say like anything else. It's just like put points up, but your defense get a stop. Just gotta get a stop. And the Bengals are 1-3 on the road, so they gotta build some momentum on the road right now. That's the big factor. Because you look at the stats, you look at the Bengals. You lost the Bears in a shootout. You lost the Jets in a shootout. You're losing shootouts. You gotta win these shootouts. You gotta win. I mean, you won a shootout against the Steelers. Can you win? I don't think this is gonna be a shootout today. I don't think there's gonna be a shootout today. You guys gotta have a good game. And I think Joe Flacco and those guys will have a good game. But I think that I'm gonna take the Steelers in this game. I think they're gonna bounce back and be 6-4 and still trying to compete with the Ravens because I do think the Ravens are going to win this division, in my opinion. Let's talk about pretty much my favorite game. Two games right here. Okay, Buffalo versus Tampa Bay. Both these teams lost to the Patriots. Last week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the Patriots to the Henderson team. And Drake May went off. Stephon Diggs went off. And the Bucs, they had a chance to win that game last week. They couldn't. I mean, I personally didn't watch the game. I was busy with other stuff, live stuff. And heading in this right now, the Bills are at home, both 6-3, both in first place, both in a tight race for the division. Bucs are still favored to win the division. The Bills are favored to win this game right now. I don't know why. Favorite 6.5. I think it should be the spread's can't believe 6.5. For this game to go well for both these teams, Baker Mayfield keep making plays. The Mike, we know they can do things really well. I just don't think the Bucs will shoot themselves in this game. But the Bills, they need this game. They need this game bad. After the loss against the Dolphins and you're not having a great win yet, you need a big win. They need a big win. I know the Chiefs game, you're like, oh, we beat the Chiefs though. We know you show up for the Chiefs for the end season because that's your Super Bowl. But in the playoffs, you suck. That's a big thing right there. James Cook, one of the best running backs in the league right now, 920. I think he'll have 1,000 yards in this game. So we'll see that. And Joey Bosa, I mean, he's been solid, 4 sacks this year for them. And Josh Allen. Josh Allen, limit the turnovers. Because last week he was bad. You fumbled in a pick. You kind of sold the game against them. Limit the turnovers, and I think you could win this game. But I think Baker Mayfield is going to outscore you. I think Baker Mayfield and that offense in Mike are going to ball out. And I think they're going to do their job and be phenomenal. I know there's no Chris Godwin. Bucky's out for this game also. And, yeah, those are the big things right there for that. So no Bucky, no Chris Godwin. So it's pretty much Mike and Rashid White and Cade Otton and Tez Johnson. So can Baker and those guys go on the road and win in Buffalo? I do think so. I think they're going to be having a very competitive game, and I think the Bucs win, and I think they'll start 7-4. And I don't think the Bills are going to have a winning. I think the Bills are just going to be a wild card team. I think the Patriots have pretty much put themselves in a good spot, 9-2 right now. So yeah, Minnesota versus Chicago. Chicago needs a big division win. They're getting easy wins right now, 6-3, looking really good. The Vikings, they need a big win. 4-5 right now, 1-3 at home, not looking good. Last week, almost pretty much lose to the Ravens last week. You lost to the Ravens, but pretty much the kicker pretty much beat you, if anything. It's just like game. The Bears versus the Vikings, pretty much this game. Depends on J.J. McCarthy. Can J.J. McCarthy show up in this game? Can the Bears win actually a meaningful game? It's at Minnesota. We'll see how it goes. I do think Minnesota's going to win this game. I think Chicago's going to go 0-6 in the division. I'm just saying. It's my bold prediction right there. We'll see how it goes, but very competitive game. Can Caleb Williams keep it up against a very decent defense? And can the offense for J.J. McCarthy and those guys figure out something? Because they need to figure something really quick, especially a team like this. And being 4-5 right now and 1-3 at home, they got to figure some things out. And the Chicago Bears, they got to win their first division game, if anything. So, but I'm going to take Minnesota in this game. To the 3 o'clock games, let's make it really quick. Arizona versus San Fran. Give me San Fran. I think Arizona is just, we saw what last week was against, those Seahawks. They blew the crap out of them. It was bad. And I think San Fran's going to get this win big time, and I think San Fran's going to win, destroying them, if anything. Cleveland versus the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore should just dominate in this game. Cleveland, start Shedeur soon, please. Now let's go more in depth in these games. Game of the week: Los Angeles versus Seattle. Both of the hottest teams in the division. Sam Darnold versus Matthew Stafford. A phenomenal game right here. I'm going to watch this game. 4-0 on the road, 3-1 at home. 7-2 versus 7-2. Chance for first place in the division. I can't wait. I can't win in this game. Rams are favored 3.5. Sam Darnold, 17 touchdowns this right now. Jack Smith-Njigba, 5 touchdowns this year with 1,000 yards. And Puka Nacua, 7-5. I don't think Devontae's playing this game, if I'm correct. Let me see who's out. Questionable. Devontae is questionable. Same with Kobe Turner. And no Tutu, though. Tutu is on IR. And then also there is no Torrey Horton or Jalen Reed. But that means Shaheed's going to maybe play in this game a lot. That's a big thing. And the defense, we know it's called, they call this defense the dark side defense. That's what D-Law said. Can they limit the big play with Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford? Because Matthew Stafford had 4 touchdowns. He's right now averaging 4 touchdowns right now in the past 3 games. Looking like an MVP favorite right there with Drake May. And the running game with Kyrie Williams, with Blake Corum also. And the defense, we know how the defense is with Burson Young. Very thing. And they're also going to be debuting their black jerseys. And, the Rams black jerseys. I can't wait to see how they look. But Matthew Stafford, 25 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. It's going to be high scoring. But Seattle's defense is really good. But the thing is, can Seattle win a shootout? Because last time we saw a shootout with another team was the Bucs. Okay? Can they win shootouts? The Rams, their only 2 losses are against a game-winning field goal, a fumble and a blocked field goal. That's the only thing. But the 2 losses for the Seahawks, week 1 with the game-winning touchdown, and then the game-winning field goal because of bad things. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be high-scoring. But I think the LA Rams win this game. I think the Rams win this game right here. I think they're going to split the series. I think it's going to go Rams this series, and the next game, I think Seattle. I think they're going to split it 1-1. But I think the Rams win this game. Okay. Denver versus Kansas City. This game right here, how I will describe it is Kansas City needs this game big time to save their season because they'll drop 5-5. Kansas City's fair at 4.5 also. That's a big thing. And it's at Denver. That's a crazy part right there. Denver's no J.K. Dobbins. He's out for the year. I think Mahomes and these guys do it. I just don't trust Bo Nix. Can Bo Nix have a shootout? Can Bo Nix have a shootout game? I don't know. Because his defense does carry him so much, especially this year and last year. Can he do it? The run game needs to be there for the Chiefs if they want to have a chance, in my opinion. And Sutton, he's been good. Nick Bonito, solid. No Singleton, though. Singleton is out for this game. No Pacheco, I believe I'm correct. Yeah, no Pacheco. So it's Kareem Hunt game pretty much. And Surtain is out for this game also. So, yeah. Injury bug is hitting both these teams right now. And the Chiefs are 1-3, but the Broncos are 5-0 right now at home. I'm still going to take the Chiefs, man. I think Mahomes, that guy just finds a way. He finds a way. That's a bad man. Just saying. So I'm going to get the Chiefs in this game. I think Mahomes and these guys figure it out, and I think they'll try to build some momentum after losing the game again. Coming off a bye also. Sunday night football game. Pretty much Philadelphia versus Detroit. Fair and 2.5. Philadelphia is about to get exposed. Philadelphia is about to get extremely exposed. I think Detroit's going to have a phenomenal game from both sides of the ball, and I think Jared Goff is going to have a shootout game. And we could have saw this game in the NFC Championship, but, the whole Commanders situation with that and lost the playoff game. So, yeah. I don't trust the Jalen Hurts in the offense. They are too inconsistent. The chemistry for this team is not looking good. The defense is carrying this team right now compared to last year. There's no run game. I think Detroit is going to suffocate them, and I think they're going to win this game. So I think Detroit wins this game on Saturday night. So, Monday night game, I'll be at this game. Vegas versus Cowboys. Pretty much, Cowboys, everyone's back. Overshow, Quinnen, Riville, everyone is back, except Dibs. This is a momentum change. The Cowboys have to go on a streak to make a shot for the playoffs. They're favorite 3.5. The big factor for this game is Brock Bowers is going to go off probably. Jinty's going to go off probably. Can we have another shootout, or can the defense actually show up and have everyone healthy and we're going to have a phenomenal game? That's my big factor right there, okay? My thing, I'm taking my Cowboys in this game also. So, that is all for the week. Thank you for joining for this week.